Too many boring sheep in the bunch. If only there was something else, right? Oh wait, there totally is. Look at this guy. You know what? I'm gonna call you Red. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Arcadia. My name is Duke and I'm glad to be back for another video. We are flying into Uwu Town at the very moment. Haha, back to HCat we go. So of course, if you watched last episode, I didn't wax my windows. Oops. Anywho, if you watched last episode, you'll know we built high quality, authentic textiles HCat, the wool shop, in this little area, which we call Uwu Town. Don't remember quite how that name came up. I think it was nuciee, but speaking of nuciee, herself, Cadiot, and myself built a couple shops. We have a new shop coming up here, and another on this side. There's even a free plot across the street from my very own building, which should be pretty cool. And of course, I said we're not quite done with this, but between episodes, I did a little bit of building on the inside. I moved nuciee's crimson plant inside. We have a little bit of a mirror over here. And staring you right in the face is a giant turtwig. Of course, turtwig is on my YouTube icon because I love Cobblemon, I love Pokemon. Turtwig, my favorite. At least his line is. I think I love Torterra more, but you know, for the sake of this, it's Turtwig, right? I added in a vaulted ceiling with some hanging lights that nuciee helped me with. And we've placed around all the shulkers. We even have a little seat now, I guess. We can chill out and enjoy it. Enjoy our wool shop. It's a great time. But yeah, if you recall from the last video, I didn't have this roof on here. Everything was just really brown and gross. So we've tried to liven this place up a little bit, and I think it's worked. I was gonna say, I don't think I've made any sales recently, but I guess people needed pink wool. And green. Okay. I was gonna say, only pink wool, but there's green as well. And did anybody actually come check out the light gray wool out back? No light gray wool purchasers. That's okay. I'm sure you saw from the intro, light gray is alright, but if only there was something better, something a little bit more lively, something more fun. And lucky for us, the new update brings new blocks and items, plenty of life. So let's head on back to spawn, and I'll get you completely familiar with what I'm talking about. The whole idea of all of these new blocks and decorations and foliage bits all make me excited to come back to spawn, back to our fishing village, and get to work. Red's area over here might be the single most inspiration-driven area I think I've ever seen in Minecraft. This place I could talk about all day. There's so much excitement in the way he builds, the way he terraforms. He has these custom trees everywhere. It just feels like a place that's lived in. Feels like a place that wants to be lived in. And I can't help but think that maybe my spawn area is just, you know, it's not up to the standard that I think I should have for myself, but maybe it's not up to the standard that the server could have. And I think that's something I want to focus on today. We're going to step back in time. We're going to come back to my spawn house here, and we're going to ignore the disaster that is this street. And we're going to focus on trying to make my spawn town area a little bit nicer, a little bit more inviting. That's the level we strive for here on Arcadia. Or at least it should be, right? And I would like to quickly point out this amazing area over here as well that Husk has been working on. Look at these custom trees and a custom path and the custom hillside. Of course, his builds, Rusty's junk. You need to go check out his videos to see. It's really some cool stuff. Very, very talented builder. Looks like Taffy's doing some stuff over here as well. Oh, hey, Zoontii. How you doing? But this area is just a monstrosity. I mean, we have day one farms, a Minecraft village. This all needs worked on. This all needs changed. I really do think so. So maybe in the process of working on our spawn house, we should also come over here and help the community out a little bit. I think it's the least we can do. And I think there's a lot to be done. Oh my goodness, things are happening.
Oh, hello, Mr. Duke.
Hello. How are you two doing? I like your heads. It's excellent.
Oh,
thank you.
Oh yeah, I just achieved it. Oh, you're blushing. Oh, Duke.
Yes.
You don't need to be so excited to see me.
How'd you know? So I got to work. immediately trying to copy my good friend callmeRed. I just love how he terraforms and how he landscapes, so let's do it ourselves, right? Started with a little bit of a hillside here, added in some stone underneath, of course, but really wanted to raise the side of the wall here to make the riverfront seem a little bit more dynamic and dramatic, and I think we hit that. On the top of the hill, I tried to kind of break it up into 3 separate pieces. That way each tree would have its own, and there'd be this center one in the middle, which I thought would be really fun. And as I was going, I had no idea, but nuciee even came over to watch me, which is pretty funny. On another note though, turns out those wheat fields from earlier were actually Zoontees, and I am actually just the worst person imaginable. It sucks, but that's life. Oh look, guys, guess what? We're working on the mountain! But yes, sorry to Zoontii, if I knew it was your wheat field, I wouldn't have talked bad about it. But look, we're still doing so many amazing things out here at Guard, working on the side of our mountain. It's going to be absolutely fantastic, and you know, just the little bits that we chip away each and every day are such grand improvements, and I'm really looking forward to see what this looks like when it's all complete. You know why I brought you here, or I guess you were already here. You brought me here somehow to my own house, but that's all right. That's all right. So I have been working on the landscaping around my house because, well, that side was really empty and ugly, and Red did such a good job that I wanted to match that. So I've been building, but if you see, there's a couple spruce logs just chilling around here. And my idea is, what if I had a couple custom trees? Now, I know I could hire Red, but last time I did, he built like the biggest tree known to man. And these don't need to be that big,
true.
so
Okay.
I'm hiring you. Yeah.
Okay. Jake, you know my custom trees aren't that good.
They're better than mine.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll
Yeah.
take that.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
it's good. It'll be helpful. And honestly, they shouldn't be too difficult because you could just look at Red's tree and then just make one. One of the small ones. But no. I do trust your abilities, and I think a couple trees that kind of fan out over their respective angles right now. So that one towards the bridge, this one towards the ship, and then hopefully when you're walking down the path, it's like the canopies cover you, but they still kind of open out away from you a bit. So you could hypothetically stand here and still see like Catlord's thing, the parrot.
Yeah,
Not like fully, but you know, it's like peeking through. As a result, I'll build the Randall Contemplation Chair like a proper build. Because, well, you know, I think this was always meant to be temporary, but I don't think Randall is, so I can make this a little bit nicer.
Yeah. No, I see the vision. This will be a nice area. I'll do my best. That's all I can offer you.
No, that's good. That's good. I will pay you purely based on commission, so, you know, I gotta do well here, but it'll be fine. You'll do well, right?
Yeah, I'll earn my diamonds. Yep.
While nuciee goes ahead and builds some custom trees for me, I'm going to take a second look at the front of my house here. So, previously this was all that was built. Then of course at one point nuciee came through and helped me out with the fishing cove when I fished up a mending book. Percy put a green face on the side. And then in today's video, we've been working on this area here where we're trying to bring in some of Red's landscaping and terraforming into my property as well. But we have this batch now, and I'm thinking the one thing that really sticks out is just how plain it all looks now. So we're going to try a couple things today, and I think we may tear it all out if we don't like it, but we're going to just assume that we will. So a couple things first and foremost that are really obvious. We have moss everywhere through here. It's very, very different. That was kind of our theme, right? We went with azalea around the base and tried to keep that. We have some little armor stand magic going on. What if we added in some other textures here to kind of break that up a little bit? I think some green concrete powder and some green wool maybe, because we're the wool man, so naturally. But you know, kind of bringing in some extra different colors there just to hopefully break it up a little bit so it's just not this monotony of entirely moss. I don't know. I think that'll work. I mean, we'll have to really space it out. And honestly, I think the green concrete powder goes really, really well with moss just to break it up a little bit. The green wool is almost neon in a sense, but I think we'll make do. Additionally, the side here, right, we have stone, we have kind of browns. What if we came through here and we added in some reds and browns? I don't know. We're going to try a couple things here, and I may hate this. But my idea is we have certain areas that are more terracotta-esque, maybe with some granite as well, right? Okay, it's gonna be real shoddy until we get a little bit deeper into it, but I just want to know, is this at all a possibility? Because if it is, that'll really, really make this more interesting, I think, rather than just stone on the cliff. Okay, that's already such a vast change, and I think it's kind of interesting, actually, because you get the red in the dirt a little bit, and then there's the brown over here mixed in with the soil, and of course the wood. Oh, it's gonna be a huge change. I honestly don't know if people are gonna love this or hate this, but I'm gonna do it. We're gonna see what happens. I've also brought some mud and mushroom block just as kind of a fallback plan, because I know for a fact that brown will work, but I kind of want to be more ambitious and do the red. I don't know. It's an entirely different style, but we're gonna see how this goes. Nuciee, the trees are done. Look at them.
Uh-huh.
I like it. I think this is cool.
You like
I think
it?
you did exactly what I wanted. You have them angled the right way. They're dark, so it, keeps the contrast with my house.
Mm-hmm.
They don't overtake the area at all. Once I get the random contemplation chair figured out, this is gonna look good.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
That's good news.
I thought we were in a group, so I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna fly over here real quick, and then and we weren't.
Should we group?
Now we can talk without me flying away. Okay.
Yeah.
You kept a lot of the themes of Red's tree, but you built them to the size that I actually asked for, unlike Red. So this is cool. This is really cool.
Thank you. Yay. Okay, job well done then.
Yes.
I think the only thing I thought was maybe the leaves should be lower down, but when you were explaining the trees, you were standing here basically saying you want this to be like a nice sight line.
Yeah.
And you said so from the other side as well, where if we stand, oops, I fell in. If we stand on this side, it's like you wanted the tower to be sort of visible.
Yeah, you can get that.
Yeah, I tried that. That's like the one thing that's like a little bit more covered up than I would have liked. But you can see most of the tower.
I think it does really, really well. It covers the fact that the tower is just completely stone. So it's good. It's good.
Yay.
It's a lot of color.
Okay.
Yeah, I will pay you a lot of diamonds actually for these two. The one thing I ask is some direction on the Rainbow Contemplation Chair. What do you think? Like, what style?
So, okay, I actually have a complaint for you.
Oh.
When I was working on these trees, I kept falling down to this water.
Oh.
And there was no easy way out. Yeah, it's like the ways to get to your base. It's like from here, kind of.
Oh, you know, that's pretty valid, actually.
Or on this path. So I think you could use the Randall chair as like an opportunity to maybe have... I would bring it down maybe a couple blocks. I wouldn't have it on the exact same level it's at just now.
Okay.
Like, this is wrong for one really big reason, dude, right? Because when you sit here, you're looking down at Randall.
Oh, you should never do that.
Never look down at Randall. I have to look up to Randall.
Okay. I'm following.
I think this needs to be brought down before anyone gets horribly hurt. And I think I would use this as an opportunity to have maybe like a little tiny stairway or a ladder or whatever you want to use to also have a valid way to get to your base.
Okay, yeah, that's really cool. I like that. Okay.
As for materials and stuff, I would leave that to you.
Okay.
I gave this a shout out in my video. I was like, this is such a smart shading.
The minor bit of shading that I did in the one dark corner.
But this is You see, the thing is, I was standing here looking at my tree, and it's like, I didn't even realize you'd done it because it was so smooth.
Okay, good, good, good.
It was like, it took me like a second. I was standing here, and I was like, oh my god, this is actually shaded. It just felt so natural.
Cool. Excellent.
So good job on that.
So when you think of the religion of Randall, does he invoke any specific architectural style or any country, you know, any region of the world? Like where's Randall? Where was he, you know, invented? I don't know if that's the correct term.
Randall was invented in Red's brain.
Okay, so he's red themed. I have to. This whole episode is about red. You're telling me I have to do more red? Okay, that's fine. All right.
But I would say he's now become an icon of the fishing village as a whole. You know, he guards the river that we all fished upon. So I think Randall's quite a down-to-earth god because he's in the river. I don't think he'd want too much, like, too fancy. I think if you stick with sort of the materials are found in the fishing village, like your stones and your woods, and tie it in with all the little docks and stuff, I think Randall would quite like that.
Does Randall like strip mangrove?
Yes, red is his favorite color.
Well, that does make a lot of sense. I just had this vision of initially it was like a little like Shinto shrine or something, right?
Ooh.
But I wanted to make sure that Randall was like, well, I don't know what his beliefs are. I don't subscribe to the Randall.
He doesn't subscribe to the Randall.
No,
You've got a chair for his contemplation at your base.
I'm really respectful to other religions, but I believe in moonpig supremacy. So
that checks out.
Naturally, I can't have Randall, but I support Randall, kinda. Not really, but like enough to build him a place in my base. But so Moonpig has a shrine too, so it evens out, you know?
Yeah. This is just like a holy ground, you know, as a whole. I've done it again. There's no easy way up.
Here you go.
Yay!
Problem solved. That's all you need, just a boat permanently.
It's true. Yeah, honestly, I think you're good to do whatever you want with Randall's religion. I mean, Red's the Pope and the only priest and the only preacher.
So what are you? I thought you were in the Randall cult or religion. Sorry.
No. No. I'm the artist that got hired to like do the Randall, but I don't. I'm just a contractor, man.
All right, I will keep that in mind.
Freelancer.
You know, I gotta say, I'm not sure if this is what nuciee and Red wanted here, but we did end up going with kind of that Torii Gate feel, right? I also brought in the mangrove, but I also went with a little bit more of the stone fishing village vibe, and rather than a true shrine, we merely have a seat. One final contemplation chair for Randall, and hopefully a nice little spot that people will enjoy. It's a little jank because the seat sits in front of it. Nobody's gonna think about that, right? I built it inline, and then you didn't get the extra side bits, and I don't know. I think this is the right way to go forward. Of course, we'll see what people actually think. I don't know. I like it. I haven't kept the sign and the the plots. We have a way down now. Excellent. Maybe this little area needs figured out. I don't know. But that's for another time. There is one final thing that I think we need to think about before this episode ends. As I have been working through this video in so many different ways of how to beautify my area, I must think, how do I look to the rest of the server? Okay, we copied Red in many ways because I think everyone appreciates Red and respects his building abilities, but I need to follow suit. And earlier in the season, during the governor race, nuciee built the billboard up top, and I love this thing. I think it's absolutely fantastic. However, perhaps it's not as professional as I need to make my base out to be, right? So we're going to take it down. I know, very, very sad, but don't worry. It's going back up somewhere else.